Tonight, our special guest is none other than Ms. Kyla Johnson-Chamel, the Superintendent of Oakland Unified School District.
What is your biggest priority as Superintendent of OUSD?
The biggest priority is always the students and really doing what we need to do to make sure that we have quality schools in all of our neighborhoods.
The recent budget cuts have made it so my school has lost lots of teachers and the teacher-to-student ratio is growing. What can you do about these issues?
There are just some tough decisions that we're going to have to make in terms of many of the investments that we were paying for in the past, that we're going to just have to choose which things are we going to be investing in and which things are we going to just have to set aside for now or really look more to our partners throughout the city.
With so many school shootings happening all around the countries and everywhere, what are you going to do to keep our schools safer?
We actually had already been scheduling active shooter trainings just to make sure that staff, because it's a crisis situation, emotions run high, and so that adults actually know what to do when a situation like that happens. I know there's a lot of controversy around the district having a police force, but a lot of what they're doing during situations like this is keeping adults informed of issues going on.
So back when I was a middle schooler in Westlake Middle School, our principal was extremely concerned about charter schools moving into sharing a campus with a public school. And unfortunately, during those years, our school wasn't doing so well with that number of student enrollments. So the old superintendent decided to move American Indian, which is a charter school, into Westlake. And there were a lot of controversies, and it ended up that our principal is being laid off. Nearly half of a teacher from my middle school left. From what I've heard, next year there'll be only one or two teachers who I used to know who are still back in Westlake. And in the past, when I go back to visit, I've always felt welcome. But next year, I'll be walking into my own middle school feeling like a stranger. Do you think it's a good idea for charter schools to move into a public school?
I would say, ideally, every type of school would want its own campus. And because facility space is so expensive, particularly because the Bay Area is becoming more and more expensive, it is an attractive feature for charters to want to come within district schools where there's space. The fuller a school is and the higher the enrollment, then there's no space to actually put on the table.
Thank you so much for answering our questions. We appreciate your time and your willingness to listen to our concerns.
Thanks as well to our panel of OUSD students for their thoughtful questions.
Youth Focus is a production of Youth Beat at KDOL TV. For more info and to check out more of our great student videos, check out the website at youthbeat.org.